How you doing, everyone? Scott back again, and this time with a vinyl update, a CD update and a cassette update. Since I've been on lockdown, I have just been going crazy for buying stuff. The boredom just gets the best of me, and I just end up with a million things coming in at once. My postman must hate me. He just must think I'm taking the piss, but it's just what I do all day. So I've got loads of vinyl, I've got tapes to show, I've got CDs to show, like CDs here, tapes, and a stack of vinyl which I'm not going to get through all of it today, sorry, but I'll just kind of maybe split it up and add stuff in with my next update. So before I start, I want to say thanks to everyone who's subscribed to our new channel. If you hadn't heard, which I'm sure you have because we kind of bombarded YouTube and Facebook with posts, but myself, Cloudy Milder, Metal Mickey and Mark G with a C, we've now started up our own kind of collaboration channel which is called Contact in Blood. I'll leave a link to our new channel in the description. So what the channel is all about is obviously through this lockdown, we've started doing these kind of live streams, which a lot of people have. It's just a good way to socialise. You can sit, have a beer on a Friday night and just have a good laugh. So obviously we've been trying that over the last month or so, and they've just worked out really, really well. We've had really good feedback. It seems people are enjoying themselves. So we thought we'd kind of take it to like a next step further and kind of create a channel just so the four of us can collaborate in some way. We were all kind of talking about the live stream that happened last Friday, and it just had a really good vibe. We all had a laugh, we're all having a drink. Even the looking back over the live chat, people were seemed to be having a good time and sharing opinions about albums and bands. So it was just a really good time. So yeah, getting back to this kind of channel, we kind of thought about doing these live streams on a more permanent basis. So we thought the best way to do that would be to start up our own channel for the four of us to collaborate on. So once we kind of decided we're going to do that, ideas were floating around between the four of us, and we've been doing these A to Z live streams, which have been quite popular with people. We've had great feedback, but we thought we could do a little extra as well, maybe something that people haven't done before or aren't doing. So what we've kind of decided to do is start with kind of interviews. I'm not going to say who or when, but we do have things in the pipeline that we will be hopefully interviewing more, I would say, higher profile people. So it won't just be the four of us all the time. We will have a special guest, whether it maybe be from the VC or from somewhere else. So we do have ideas. We have been talking back and forth with people that are interested in working with us, well, doing interviews with us. So you've got to look out for that. It will be really, really good. The people we have been talking to, if it does all come to fruition, then it'll be really, really good. So please stay tuned for those updates and videos. But the next video you'll probably expect will be in the next few weeks, and it'll be the part 3 of A to Z. So we're going to kind of maybe get that kind of wee project out of the way first, and then we'll start moving on to other things. But please support the channel, subscribe. It should be a laugh. It's nothing too serious. If you saw our live streams in the last month or so, you'll know it's nothing too serious. It's all just there, have a laugh. Especially at this time, it's good to just sit down on a Friday night or a Saturday night, have a beer and just have a laugh, really. So that's it. So please stay tuned, subscribe, and we'll hopefully see you in one of those videos soon. But anyway, what I'm really here for is to do an update. Now, I've not done an update for about 2 months, so I've just got loads of stuff in. I'm not going to show it all. I'm going to run through stuff kind of quickly, just to kind of get it out the way. There might be some albums I'll stop and maybe talk about, but I'll just kind of keep the flow going. So I'll start with the cassettes. These were actually put up from Metal Mickey, Badlands and Voodoo Highway. So self-titled Voodoo Highway. Metal Mickey put this up on his Facebook page to say they were going really cheap. I kind of gave it a few hours to see if there was anybody else interested, because I'm not a massive tape collector. But nobody bit, so I went on eBay. They were still there. They're really cheap, so I just picked them up. So yeah, I'm not a massive tape collector, but when I see things cheap, I'll grab them, especially when I'm bored in lockdown. The next ones are, I picked up this Onslaught and The Search of Sanity. Really, really good thrash from Onslaught. I think this is the one with Steve Grimmett on vocals. I really enjoy this. I'll definitely pick this up on vinyl at some point, but I saw the cassette for about £4, so I thought I'd grab it. So that's Onslaught. Next one is Gun and Swagger. One of my favourite kind of hard rock albums. They're a Scottish band. Did really well for themselves in the early 90s. This is from 1994. This has got their cover of Word Up, the cover of Cameo. Really, really good version. I've mentioned that one before, but I thought I'd grab it on cassette because it was cheap. And the last one is Dirty Looks and 5 Easy Pieces. Really happy to find that. It was actually by mistake, but I mean, this is something you'll never get on vinyl and probably never get on CD. I've not even seen any of these being shown on vinyl or CD. 1992, so slim to no chance of picking that up on vinyl, at least for a good price. So Dirty Looks, 5 Easy Pieces. So that's the tapes out the way. Again, I'm just going to run through these CDs. So the first one is Bullet Boys and Freak Show. Love a bit of Bullet Boys. So thought I'd pick that up. Really good price as well. Next up is Pantera and The Great Southern Trendkill. This is the one that comes after Far Beyond Driven. Anthrax, Attack of the Killer Bees. Savatage, Dead Winter Dead. Now I picked up a lot of Savatage because I kind of started doing these album rankings again, and I was trying to think through some of the albums that I was maybe like 1 or 2 albums from a discography I was missing, so I could run through some album rankings. So Savatage, I was 3 albums off, so one of them is Dead Winter Dead. Handful of Rain, which I think features Alex Skolnick. Yeah, it does. And there's another one here somewhere, but they're all out of... Yes. Poets and Madmen. I think this was their last album. So picked them up really cheap. I don't know why I've not picked them up already, to be honest, but there you go. Next up is Sabbath and Dreamweaver. Again, you don't see these for a really good price, and this was really cheap, so I picked this up. I actually found a seller on eBay who was just pricing his stuff really, really well, so I thought I'd pick that up. Sepultura, Beneath the Remains. Really getting into Sepultura. I don't really like their later stuff. This is from 1989. I think this is their debut, or is it their second album, but really, really good stuff. Loving that. Anthrax, Worship Music. Again, this was from that same seller on eBay, putting stuff up for just amazing prices, so grab that one. Again, completing a discography, Wasp and The Rise. Part 1 of The Neon God. This has escaped me for, I would say, at least 2 years. I've now completed the discography. It is split between vinyl and CD, but obviously this isn't out on vinyl, so it only had to be CD. It does get priced quite high, maybe from 15 to say £25, so managed to get it just under £14, I think, so really happy with that. I was not letting that go this time. Whatever I had to pay, I was going to grab that. So finally completed the Wasp collection, so I'll be able to do an album ranking on that. Picked up the New Testament, finally got that through. I've had this for, I mean, this is how long I've been waiting to do an update. I've had this for weeks, but absolutely tremendous album from Testament. You've heard everyone talking about this in the last few weeks, so I'm not going to go into too much more detail, but all I can say is check it out. It's just tremendous. Next up is Forbidden and Twisted into Form. I haven't owned any Forbidden on any format, so saw this again from the same seller on eBay for a really good price, so snapped that up. Awesome album. And I picked up Hell, Human Remains. This is a good album. It's different. The vocals, I would say, take a lot of time to get used to, but a really good album. So check out Hell. That's really good. So that's the CDs. Oh no, it's not. I've missed one. Ugly Kid Joe, America's Least Wanted. Really good, fun album. My introduction to Ugly Kid Joe was the single Cats in the Cradle, because my mum used to play that on vinyl all the time, and it's one of those kind of songs I grew up with. Remember in 1994, I think, when that came out, I was around 8 or 9, so really good stuff. So Ugly Kid Joe, America's Least Wanted. Now I need to have a drink of something. Right, onto the meat, onto the vinyl. So like I said, I've been on lockdown now for about about 6 weeks. I have not been doing anything but sitting around doing a bit of exercise. I still get to do my kickboxing online using the Zoom app, which is quite handy. Although when you're trying to do high kicks in the living room, you're nearly putting your foot through the TV, but you've kind of got to control yourself. But yeah, most of the time I'm just sitting on my phone, basically watching videos and browsing eBay and Amazon. Gives me time to really grab some bargains and just kind of keep an eye on what's getting put up and what's coming out. So first I'm going to go with Annihilator and Never Neverland. Really happy to pick up a copy of this. The last copy I saw of this, it was in the wild and it was 40 quid. Probably in the same condition as this. The seller put this up and I just kind of threw him an offer. I think he declined the first one, but then I kind of threw him another kind of wee extra and he accepted, and it was well under £40. I think it was under 15. So really happy to pick this up. One of their best albums. Obviously the follow-up to Alice in Hell, which is also a really good album, but this tips it. This is just I mean, there's certain parts of Alice in Hell you could maybe do without or aren't quite there. This is just a near perfect album. Absolutely awesome. So and again, Jeff Waters doing a tremendous job. So really happy to pick that up, especially at such a good price. Next one. This is a band I'm just starting to get into, but they've really impressed me. It's a band I would think of as a kind of soft rock 80s British band that I really had no interest in. And for some reason I kind of came across their albums on YouTube, and I listened to this album that I picked up and I thought it was absolutely tremendous. Really wasn't what I was expecting from this band, and it is Magnum and on a storyteller's night. So there was one night I just thought I'll throw this on, see what it's like, and it was awesome. I think I'd heard the title track on the rock radio that I listened to in the car. That kind of did ring a bell with me, but yeah, absolutely solid album all the way through. So really happy to pick that up. So I'm kind of on a Magnum kick now. You can always let me know in the comments where I should go on from here, because I've picked up a couple. I will show some more in the next update, but let me know what your favourite Magnum albums are, because I would like to know your opinion. Next up, I grabbed this, a Japanese pressing of Cassette and Russian Roulette. I've said before, I don't go out my way to pick up Japanese pressings, but I was looking for this album anyway, and this pressing came up and it wasn't any more expensive than the others, so and they just look awesome with the obi. But yeah, I'm no kind of like audiophile. Music's music, I can enjoy it. If the album sounds half decent, then I'm onto a good thing. I mean, I wouldn't say it was one of Accept's strongest albums, but it is superb. The lyrics kind of lose me a little bit, but the music itself is awesome. You can always count on Rolf Hoffman to bring in some awesome hooks to an Accept album. So yeah, it's kind of like anti-war, which I thought was a really good subject to go with for an album. But when it comes to the lyrics, Udo kind of loses me a little bit. They get a bit silly and they just get a bit random at some parts. But overall, I would say it was maybe like a 7 out of 10. It is a good album. So Russian Roulette from Accept, I think that's 1986. Not sure, but I would have a guess at 1986. That could be completely wrong. Next up, an absolute classic AOR melodic album from Autograph and Loud and Clear. If you like your 80s cheese, that kind of, I don't know, I kind of see it as 80s movie montage music. That kind of uplifting, good fun, just hard rock. It is really superb. I love Autograph. I've got their the debut Sign In Please, which is also awesome, with the big hit Turn Up the Radio, which is in a lot of soundtracks and films and stuff. But yeah, I've been looking out for this for a while, and you know what people are like on eBay and stuff, they kind of want big bucks for a random £10 record. So finally I actually got this for under a tenner. So that's Autograph, Loud and Clear, some tremendous tracks on it. Check it out if AOR is your thing. Next up is Riot V or Riot 5. I'm not absolutely sure how they pronounce their name now. But this is Armour of Light from 2018. I thought it was older than that. But yeah, absolutely superb from Riot. It's the back there. And just an absolutely cracking power metal album. I mean, I think they could have done a bit better with the cover. I quite like the dark colours when it comes to stuff like this, the kind of darker colours with the light colours that pop, but the whole thing's kind of quite light. So, I mean, that's just nitpicking, really, it's nothing to do with the music. But some great songs in this, like even the first song, Victory, is the kind of song that really kind of got my focus. End of the World, Angel's Thunder, Devil's Rain, superb. Heart of a Lion, Set the World Alight. San Antonio is a bit of a different song, but it's really good. But yeah, it's really solid from Riot. So I was basically on Amazon. This has been on my want list for so long, and you know, just got bored. I hadn't probably eaten for half an hour, so I thought I better do something, and came across this on my want list. It was down to a really good price, so pulled the trigger on it. Never been disappointed with Riot. So that is Armour of Light from 2018. Check it out, it is pretty decent. On to the last two, Vixen and Rev It Up. I picked up Vixen's debut, it could have been about maybe 4 or 5 months ago. I've also picked this up on CD recently, but I've been looking out for this. I did find a copy on the vinyl website that I use, but I just never really pulled the trigger because you've got to pay for the postage. I like to, especially from that place, they sell pretty good stuff, so I like to kind of get a package together before I order. I don't like just ordering one album. So I kind of left it, and I'm glad because this popped up on eBay, and I managed to pick this up with other things that had free postage, and basically it was a better deal all on. So anyway, this is our 1990 follow-up to their debut. This is Rev It Up. Just some tremendous songs on this. They really do outshine the guys on this album. I think is it Janet Gardner, who's the vocalist for Vixen? Yeah, Janet Gardner. She just sounds phenomenal on this album. Really got that kind of 80s like husky female voice, but it's so good. And you've also got what's her name? Jan Kunmund. She passed away, I think maybe 6 or 7 years ago, but she rips on this as well. I mean, the whole band are just awesome. Drummer just gives it big licks as well, so just awesome stuff. I think for Vixen, I mean, not to be sexist, but at the time I think being female probably would have gone against Vixen at the end of the 80s, 90s in terms of commercial, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is they probably wouldn't have got enough attention from labels compared to the man bands that were coming out at the time, but there's some awesome tracks on this, and if you're into that kind of like hard rock AOR from the late 80s, just you've got to check this out. It's just as good as the debut. So that is Vixen and Rev It Up. And the last one I'm going to show is an album that's been sitting in my want list for, let's see how long. When did this come out? 2 years. And I've never pulled the trigger on it because I thought it was quite a bit different from their earlier albums. But I finally just did it, and I'm glad I did. It's Lizzie Borden and My Midnight Things. Now, I wouldn't say it's as good as his 80s stuff. I wouldn't even say it's as good as his other stuff, because what was the album he did was Deal with the Devil, which I've actually just bought on CD, and Appointment with Death. I mean, those albums are awesome. This kind of takes a more kind of rock pop, I wouldn't say pop, but it's more melodic. It's very light compared to his other stuff. But again, he's still got a great voice, a great singer. Band sounds really tight on it. I mean, you'd have to kind of be in the mood for this kind of album, especially if you're like a metal fan. Because like I said, it's on the light side, but it's still really enjoyable. And I would definitely, because I picked this up, I kind of went back over his the 2 albums before this, and they are just awesome as well. So I mean, Deal with the Devil, Appointment with Death, superb albums. So don't just focus on the 80s stuff. Ozzy Borden has a lot more to offer as well. So yeah, so this is my Midnight Things. Maybe check out the title track, the song The Perfect Poison. I would say those are the two songs, those are probably the highlights, so that'll kind of give you a good idea of the album. But like I said, if you're looking for kind of that heavy metal sound, you're not going to get it from this, but check it out. It's pretty light, but it's still pretty good as well. So Ozzy Borden, my Midnight Things. So that is my update. That wasn't too bad. I've been talking like a locomotive, but that's my update. And like I said, please stop saying take a look at the link down below. Contacting Blood. Look for new videos and stuff coming out. Hope you enjoy, and please give us feedback of maybe what you want to see from our channel, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon in video or live. Cheers.